Greetings, my fellow eagles and the entire world. This is Eagle Emmanuel Mensah with inspirations and guidance from Eagle Helen Mensah in the unseen world, coming into your homes and your minds with a message of empowerment and enlightenment. Today is the 3rd of September in the year 2024. And the Bible says this is the day the Lord has made. And for that matter, we should rejoice and be glad in it. And so I take this opportunity to invite the whole world to join me to give thanks to God for the day that He has granted unto us. And life in general, life is beautiful, life is wonderful, life is glorious, life is God Himself, flowing through all things, including mankind. Today, I am going to speak to you on the topic, progress only comes out of man's insanity. I repeat, insanity is the driving force of human progress. We are in a world, but we are not supposed to be of the world. And that was what we looked at yesterday. And also, Emerson gave us that to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest achievement. And if we analyze these two statements and we actually do the right thing or do the right job and understand what they are putting forward, we will achieve progress in our lives. But today I'm going to add the words of another man by name George Bernard Shaw. According to George Bernard Shaw, that the sane man the reasonable man adapt himself to the world, but the unreasonable man persists in adapting the world to himself. I repeat, according to George Bernard Shaw, the reasonable man adapts himself or herself, the reasonable man or woman adapt him or herself to the world, but the unreasonable persists in adapting the world to him or herself. Therefore, every progress that has happened on this earth came as a result of the persistence of the unreasonable people. The unreasonable people are those that think for themselves and believe in what they are receiving, and therefore they don't follow what the world gives. They don't look at what the world is, but they persist in turning what the world is into opportunities, and therefore they drag humanity along. And so if you look at the world we live in, everything that we call progress came as a result of people who were initially laughed at, who were lambasted, who were disrespected, ridiculed. And then when what they persist in bringing into the world comes to life, then these very people turn around and say, oh, what you've done is so beautiful. Then they embrace it. And so you will see that if the world was to be left into the hands of the sane, the reasonable people, the world would have been at a standstill. We wouldn't be moving forward. And so progress comes only through humanity, mankind's insanity. And the reason why this is that we are evolving beings. And therefore, every stage that we are, there is more room for improvement. But we are supposed to look at the challenges, the difficulties, the situations at hand, and then use them as motivation and use them as raw materials to desire and to think and come up with solutions that moves us forward. But mostly the reasonable people, the world's wise people, they only look at what is happening. And therefore, they are only interested in writing and talking about what is happening as it is. But they don't talk about solution. And therefore, as they do that, they cripple themselves. But the unreasonable one, the insane people, they don't look at things like that. They know that they are the creators of their own realities, and every situation momentarily is passing, is changeable. But it is based on what you are thinking thinking and talking about right now. Therefore, they deliberately look at the other side. That is the solution that they want to receive as to come and replace the problem. And as they do that, they come with it. And so these are the two forces that are fighting in our lives. But the majority, the sane, the wise, the supposed wise people are in the majority. And then the supposed insane, unreasonable people are in the minority. And therefore, any man or woman that comes up, that receives anything or is receiving anything that he wants to give to the world, he has to pass through the beatings, the ridicules of the majority who are out of touch, who do not know how the world runs. But if the unreasonable, or if the insane, the one that is being called insane, persists, he will eventually turn the attention of the whole world onto himself. And so progress can never come by doing what we are already doing. Progress can never come by thinking how we are thinking right now. It will never happen. We are only going to recreate the old stuff, and that means there will be no movement. And when it happens, the universe or nature has no choice but to bring a force, something from somewhere, to come and push us forward. That is how it has happened. And so if you look through societies, if you look through human society in all stages, all people who go through some challenges and difficulties, going through those things, and will go through those things because they are not responsive to what they're supposed to be doing, or they are not responsive to what is around them. And therefore, nature, if we are evolving, and no one can stall the wheels of evolution, and therefore, if you try to stall it, the wheels are more powerful than you, therefore, it grinds you, puts you under the wheels, and then grinds you, or it pushes you aside, and then drags you along. And that is what is happening. So progress, as we know in this world, everything that we call progress, the things that we're seeing, that we say we are now developed, came as a result of people's insanity. At the beginning, when even they declared what they were doing, people didn't believe them. People didn't actually see it to be realistic. And so it is in your life. So it is in your life, in my life, everyone's life. Everything that you have on your heart that you want to give to the world, people will come and stand in front of you. The supposed wise people, they will ridicule you, they will condemn you. And especially when challenges comes, when difficulty comes, they will say everything to make sure that you live what you are doing. But that is not how it's supposed to be. Do not. Hold on in hope. You must hold on in hope. Have faith and hope that whatever you are looking for, whatever is on your heart, is not far away from you, but it's right here. It is this mentality that men and women have adopted in the past, and that is why they were able to drag humanity to this world, to this stage. And so when we talk of the makers of civilization, makers of the world, We have only a few people, but we all came into this world in the same way. We all came into this world in the same way as the few people came. But God is love. God is unconditional love. So God will not endow some people higher powers and then deny others. It is all about our understanding of how things runs in the universe and how things works. You see? And so, I know for a fact, the one listening to me, wherever you are, you may be receiving certain ideas. You may be having some feelings. You may be having some impulses, urges about things that look so awkward. It looks so impossible, particularly considering where you are. Maybe in Africa. You are in Africa, in a village, in a place that nothing actually can find anything. You are born into a poor family. No one in your family life has ever done anything apart from just get by. Even get by sometimes they struggle. And now you are receiving these ideas that looks abnormal, that looks insanity or insane. If you break this news to any man or woman around you, your elders, your church leaders, your political leaders, they will discourage you. They will tell you it is not possible, looking at your current situation, looking at your current circumstances. And this is where you need to will yourself and take on the heart of insanity. Be the unreasonable man and persist to turn the world's attention to yourself, but do not adapt to the world. You see, so when Jesus Christ said that we are in the world, but we are not supposed to be of the world, that is what he's saying. And to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else, that is what Emerson was saying. You got to be yourself and think for yourself and follow what you are feeling, your impulses, your urges. We are powerful human beings, and present circumstances don't have control over us. But we are supposed to dominate present circumstances and convert them into opportunities. And so, you are here as a human being to triumph. You are here to triumph. But you will only triumph only when you look at life from a different perspective other than what the world is giving. People will give you facts. People will give you everything that you would need or the thing you would need to know so that you don't take the step that you are about to take. Do not listen to them. Ignore them. But listen to what you are getting from inside you. For God is in you. There is a power in you that is animating you. And this power is ready to bring out beautiful and wonderful things. And so only a few people that listen to this voice, and therefore they are able to bring new and greater things. The world, the human society, we would have been moving even higher and faster than where we are now. But it's because men and women are dead to the truth. Men and women do not understand how everything goes, how the world runs. And so, take a pen and paper and go through the world history, and you will realize that everything that came everything that came that we celebrate today was at a point insanity to men and women, was at a point impossible. They have done everything that they could to discourage those who got the ideas. But for the determination and for the understanding of those who had the ideas, they stood and they cooperate with the work by the forces in the universe and they brought these things to us. So it is with you. There is something buried in you. There is something beautiful and great in you that is seeking expression to come out into the world to bless yourself and to bless the world. And therefore, you must be ready to become the unreasonable person. Let people call you unreasonable. Let people tell you you are insane. Let people tell you you are out of your mind. That is true, only from their perspective, momentarily. But you will turn their attention. They will turn around to sing your praises, you see. And so you are here not to conform. You are not here to accept what it is, but you are here to adapt the world to yourself. That is by taking what is and then turn it into what you want it to be. And so the world has never moved forward because of the reasonable people. The world has never been developed by the reasonable people, but it is the unreasonable people. It is unreasonable, it is unwise, it is stupidity to think that you can take men and women into outer space. It is unreasonable. It is unreasonable, very unreasonable, to think that you can make men and women to speak wirelessly. But people have done it. And we are having more and new and new and new of more of these things are coming out. But it is only a handful of people that are doing it. Why? Because it is only the handful that understand how this works. And therefore, if you don't want to live and live, you don't want to live on this earth and exit this earth, just the way all other people have done, then you must change your perspective of life. And you must change your beliefs. You must change your perception, the concept you hold about yourself, the world, and everything around you. And that is to begin to see that you are a powerful creature. You are co-creating with the powerful forces in the universe. And therefore, as far as you are concerned, nothing limits you. You have the power and ability to turn everything around. You will go through difficulties. You will go through, that is the process. And it does not matter how long it will take. It does not matter how difficult it may be. That is part of the process. It gives you, it helps you to build character. It helps you to build character and determination. And as you go on, you will eventually break out. And when you break out, the world will turn the attention to you. And so, re-echoing the words of George Bernard Shaw, that the reasonable man only adapt him or herself. The reasonable man or woman only adapt him or herself to the world. But the unreasonable man or woman persists in adapting the world to him or herself. Is something that we need to take into account. So long as you are following what everyone is doing, so long as you are listening to only what people are saying, the experts and other people are saying, you are just going to be the same as them. You are going to be the same as people who have come and left before you. Until you break out and take a different route and think for yourself, feel for yourself, and act for yourself based on what you are thinking. And if you do that, you become a unique person. And the world will turn around and write history books about you. The world will turn around and sing your praises because you have broken a pattern. And you have actually cooperated with the presence within you to bring something beautiful. And so, your personal life will not change so long as you keep on doing what you are doing. And collectively, every one of us, depending on wherever you are, depending on wherever you are in this world, so long as the group of people you find yourself in are doing exactly what everyone is doing, you're going to reproduce the same. Therefore, be the insane one, be the unreasonable one, and change the direction, change the narrative, and then persist in doing what you want to do, what you feel like doing. And when you go on in that direction, the world will turn the attention to you. And in that case, you have not adapted to the world, but you have adapted the world to yourself. You have not only been in the world and be of the world, but you have been in the world and be yourself, and you've been yourself, such that you've turned the attention of the world towards you. This is deliberate creation and deliberate thinking. And so your life is simply about what you think and you believe and how you see the world. The world will be for you by the way you perceive it. Everything is perceptual. If you see the world as a broken one, it will be a broken one for you. If you see the world to be a beautiful and a wonderful one, it will be a beautiful and wonderful one for you. For you are co-creating with a powerful force. Therefore, change your attitude, change your mindset, change your concept about everything. From impossible to possibility. Everything is possible. With God, all things, anything is possible. And so in your life, in our life collectively, everything is possible. Nothing is off the limit. Nothing is out of the equation. We can do, be, and have anything that we are. All will depend on our perception If we turn to the truth, if we turn to the power that lies within us and cooperate with it, we will create wonders and move forward. We will bring progress. We will see progress, even extraordinary progress that men and women have never seen. And that is why the Bible says that what no man has ever seen, man has ever seen, what no man has ever heard of, is what God has in stock for those who love Him. So love God, and that is to think and cooperate in alignment with Him and bring out whatever is in you. And therefore, do not think about what is around you, but think about what is within you. That is my message for you. Progress is your divine right. Therefore, go for it. Now, may the overshadowing presence of God that keeps the stars in the open, such that they do not fall on us, and keeps the planets in their orbit, such that they do not clash with one another, lead and guide you, direct you, such that you become awakened to your inner indwelling powers, that your perception, your everything about the world will change from negative to positive, from impossible to possibility, such that whatever God is pushing through you, you will bring it out to bless yourself and men and women around you and all over the world. And that is when we say we've come to the world and dominated it. Now, I take this opportunity once again to invite you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so. Join us and let us bring this message of positivity, message of a positive mindset, liberation, empowerment into our communities and societies. And together, we will create a heaven on earth. Thank you. God bless you.